GOODMORNING. Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
I'm kidding. Hi, guys.
So let me start off by saying, I know I said last week I was going to have smiles for a certain member of the chat. I have gone back on my word. I have reneged. A Negro and Negress has reneged, and have to catch him on the next one. I did. I don't play spades, so I don't usually renege anyway.
I don't either. It was so funny. In my housewarming, we were playing Uno, and people were like, "Oh, do you have other stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, I have cards, but I want to play spades with it." And everybody else was like, "Nah."
You know, I'm trying to understand this fascination that Black people have with Uno. I played Uno with my niece when she was like 3 and 4. I'm like, are y'all talking about the same Uno?
Yeah, Mama said we was playing Uno like it was spades.
Yeah, I guess it's the same. I'm like, what? Y'all for real?
Nah.
They be wanting to turn over tables like it's dominoes. I'm like, Uno?
We was slamming them cards down. There was some yelling. I'm not gonna hold you, but it was fun.
Okay. I was like, y'all can't be talking about the same Uno.
We are.
Okay.
We actually are talking about the same exact game of Uno. And, you know, it's what you make it.
Okay. But you know what, though? We need to find joy wherever we can. So I'm not going to, like you said, I ain't going to hold you. I'm not going to, it's all good. It's all good. So I'm not even sure how to even deal this morning. This has just been a heavy ass weekend, a heavy week. People, a lot of fisticuffs on these keyboard fisticuffs. Facebook warriors.
A lot going on.
I've been doing my fair share of talking shit.
I said, dang, y'all don't want to go take a nap.
Hey, some of these niggas need to go take a nap. They really do. Like when you get that fucking upset, just go lay your ass down, chill out, and then wake up and you might feel better later. You might. I'm not saying you will. That's the point it's come to. Let's go back to childhood. Go lay your ass down.
Sometimes you really do just need a nap.
Just a nap.
David said, are y'all gonna have Zinzi on too? Zinzi's supposed to be here. I can't make her show up.
She's a grown woman and she is running late, and
like last time. Obviously, this is a pattern for her.
Wait a minute. Where we at? Seize the day with A and C's way. A is for Amber.
And A is for Afro.
What's going on in these internet streets?
Leah. The people
image of the black man. The image of the black man is being assassinated. Oh, you mean the way black women and children are being assassinated? Assassinated like that? I don't think so. But all right.
Yeah, stay with the shit. Oh, Shirley said, Mondays and Fridays are my favorite days of BLM. Amber, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm working hard over here. Y'all see me coming on here 2 days a week. It's taking so much out of me.
Is it only because of Amber? No, I'm just messing with you.
It is. I'm the popular one. I'm the popular one in the duo.
Hey, that's true.
Andy is actually very popular. More popular than me. Because you've been doing stuff on the channel way longer. Tiny got her own show. Do y'all be watching her show? It's really good.
I actually got one today. It's a pre-record, but I gotta up my
Period.
content. Up my content.
Period. As you do. This is me upping my content by doing the show on Mondays. Stella said,
Wait,
yes,
wait,
nappy.
wait. Ah, shut up, Jamal.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Tex, but that's my nickname, Tex Spicy.
I know. That's funny.
I'm Tech Divergent or Tech Spicy.
Some people just don't want to learn how to use all this tech. I respect it. Set your boundaries.
I want to learn, but I'm gonna start bad mouthing Black Liberation Media again. So let me hush. They were supposed to have tutorials, but anyway.
Not a tutorial. Not a tutorial. Oh, I was putting up say last time. Said yes, nappies are necessary. I agree.
Yes, they are.
I don't say naps, but that's different. That's a different thing. But I do.
You don't know what you're missing.
It's not that I don't want to take the naps. I can't take them. Tondi, stay in my business.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Some of us can't.
I'll stay out your business. I'll stay out your business. Yeah. So speaking of business, what is the order of business for the day, other than the obvious?
I mean, sorry.
Oh, damn.
There's some news, of course. You have any updates about yourself, Tondi?
Update about myself?
Yeah. Anything happening in your life?
Oh, please, nope.
You didn't go anywhere this weekend.
Nothing I want to talk about on here.
You didn't go anywhere this weekend.
I don't go anywhere ever.
Oh my God, Tondi. You gotta get out in the world.
Yeah, I went out in the backyard the other day. That was enough for me.
That's nice. Are you
planting? It was nice until them mosquitoes ran me back up in the house. But other than that,
it's funny. I bought one of those little mosquito repellent candle thingies, and they were good.
Yeah, I didn't bring those out in the backyard with me. I was like, next time,
bring them out. I'm kidding.
All right, but what we got for the people? What do we have for the people?
That's all I had. All I had is some news.
No, that's what I'm saying. What we got? What kind of news we got?
Let me pull up the spreadsheet.
Before we get into the obvious, that's going to take a while, so we should probably say that for later on. Or maybe the last hour or 30 minutes. I don't know.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm putting up the little spreadsheet now, but in the meantime, do y'all want to hear about I had 3 niggas that was in love with me in my housewarming yesterday on Saturday?
Oh my God. Mondays is gossip. Remix gossip.
It was a great time. It would have been 4, but the 4th one didn't come, so I had to block them.
Oh my God! Where's the spreadsheet? I tell you, let me look at the spreadsheet while
I got the spreadsheet pulled up. I'm putting up. I was doing our attendance because I care about you.
No, where is it located? Let me find out where you telling people about these niggas that was in love with you.
Oh my God!
Where is it?
Let me save the link and send it to you in the private chat. Hold on just a
second. Excuse me.
Okay, here you
go. Where do you find it? I mean,
it's in the Google Sheet. Like it just shows up on my Google Sheets recently tab, so I just copied the link for you.
Yeah, that's why they call me Tech Spicy. So anyway, it's okay. Okay,
now today is 4/20.
4/20.
Will you be high today?
Okay, and now, all right, here's the thing. Okay, see, that's why I don't like this. Okay, there you go. Week of
4/20. 4/20.
I believe in being sober, but anyway.
Sugar Shan said, every day is 4/20 for me. Period. I really enjoy when they have the deals and stuff on 4/20, like the restaurants be having the food deals and stuff. This one really snuck up on me though. I mean, I don't really usually do anything for 4/20, but I really just realized yesterday that tomorrow was gonna be 4/20, and I didn't have no plans or nothing. I mean, would I've normally had plans? Probably not, but I just realized in the moment that it was 420 tomorrow, and I didn't even see any like cool deals online or nasty.
Man.
Hate that. Hate it.
Excuse me.
Oh, Zinzi said she needs a link. Hold on one second. Pause, guys.
She needs access.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have. This is why people should be prepared ahead of time. Well, 'cause if you knew you didn't have the link, and then you was texting in the group chat, then you should have asked in the group chat for the link
Where the link at?
before the
And
show.
late. Just was it not ready for prime time? That's what they call it.
I
Not
mean,
ready for prime time.
meanwhile, I continue to show up every day, dedicated. It's ridiculous. Why do I have to run this show like this? I'm the baby. Gosh.
You're the youngest.
Anyways, even though people were killing people this weekend left and right, I had a great weekend because it was my housewarming. Now, I will say that throwing events makes me extremely nervous and gives me a lot of anxiety. And so I won't be doing another event at all, ever. This is the last one. But it was a great time.
Yeah, that's
This was my second one. I tried. I had a birthday party for my 30th birthday, and this is me trying again. And I'm good. It's enough for me, dog. But hey, it happened. It went well. So there were 3 men there that were in love with me. One of them, very in love with me, has no chance. We would never date. That's just never gonna happen. The other one, I like him deeply back. The other one really likes me, but we're just kind of like casually dating, not really a thing. And I was trying to make sure it felt equal. None of them knew about each other in real time. I'm pretty sure none of them knew about each other. Because even my friends was like, they couldn't figure it out either. They couldn't figure out who was who. I said, that's because real players don't stop. They keep going. I'm just playing. But yeah, it was great. I had a good time. And I barbecued for the housewarming. And I just want y'all to know I'm a grill master in real life. Now, will I be grilling again? Also, no. This was a week of first and seconds that I won't be doing again. This is my second time grilling, and I won't be doing it again. But that's not because it wasn't good. I just don't want to do it anymore. I think that we should all make choices, and when you don't want to do them anymore, you just don't do it. So, hi Zinzi. So nice of you to show up.
Okay, first of all, is it a different link every single episode?
Yes.
No, it's like the same. Well, for the scheduled ones, it's the same one.
Okay, because I used the same one and it said show ended. So
yeah, no, it's a different link.
I thought the scheduled ones could you use the same one. Either way,
no.
You should have asked ahead of time.
I didn't ask ahead of time last week.
It's a different link each time.
Hey,
so
how y'all doing? Y'all love me, right?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah.
I was talking to Jet. Jet loves me. So.
Yeah, they do. That's it. At least you got the chat.
Bigger chance that through this journey of discovery, finding you, I'm finding me, finding you, I'm finding me now. I have something special that brings out the joy inside of me. I don't know the rest of the words, but that's one of my favorite theme songs.
Let's slap the paps.
Who put the notes on the screen? Can we get the little thingy first? Damn, Tony.
What'd you say?
Can we hit the little thingy first? Damn.
What's the little
thingy? You're so funny. Okay, let me push your little button. One last thing. Zero PE said, I find it interesting that you like multiple partners, but you're no poly, Amber. I'm just dating people. That's what you should be doing. So I'm just dating multiple people. It doesn't have to be poly.
About that. I don't even know the name of the song, but it's in the beginning of one of them Kendrick songs. This girl is talking. And now my other nigga.
I know what you're talking about. When they were doing like a little role play thing.
Oh, I die every time I hear it. Now my other nigga, he.
But that's different though, because she was in a relationship with them people. I'm just talking about people that I'm casually dating and living my best life, as we all should. It's like a March Madness championship. They go on bracket for bracket. They on the bench. They the starting five, and then eventually somebody might get injured. Somebody might get cut. But eventually there'll be a championship game, and they'll go head to head, and someone will win.
Championship game. Slap the map, girl.
You about to.
Get out of your life. Let me hear some Fela.
What is Fela?
Fela adjacent. Oh my God. What did you just say?
Are you talking about the artist Fela?
Yes.
Fela Kuti?
Yeah. Okay. Thank God.
Well, I didn't know because you was talking about something random. Shit, you probably got ADHD too. You just brought that up randomly.
No, I said, let me hear some Fela. That's the music. So before I was cut off,
what?
Before I was cut off, I say Fela adjacent, if not actually Fela.
So funny. It's art with words said. It's always March Madness when you're with Amber. That's funny. I have to use that.
I love that.
Wow.
My birthday's in March, so it's always March Madness right over here. So.
Dang, 31 comments. Good
Someone
Lord.
said they love this multi-generational hosting combo.
You know how old I am.
Multi-generational. Who you calling old? What the
You know, I'm a baby. You and Zingy.
you calling L? No, let me stop. Just playing.
I'm just a sweet little infant.
Jesus.
Okay.
A babe in swaddling clothes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I used to.
Clothes made out of silk and satin.
That was funny. Okay, Tom, do you want to talk about this story?
Yeah, which probably can't nobody read. I don't know. Can anybody read that?
I can read it. It says,
I don't know. Can you see it? I can read it. So this is from Time magazine. For the first time, and I don't know if that's true for the first time, but okay. American men will be automatically registered for the military draft beginning in December. Right now, men ages 18 to 25 must sign up themselves. A newly approved change would shift that responsibility from individual to the government. That's as of April 14th. So we have a tad bit last week. Just a wee of a tad bit last week.
Can you press watch again?
I certainly can.
American men will soon be automatically signed up for the military draft. Here's what to know about the new process in 60 seconds. American men are, for the first time, set to be automatically registered for the military draft. Congress approved the change in the 2026 National Defense Authorization Act, signed into law by President Donald Trump. Supporters of the plan say that shifts responsibility from individuals to the government and would reduce administrative costs. But critics are worried that the use of men's federal data is a violation of privacy and signals a shift towards more military conflicts. The US has not had a draft since 1973 during the Vietnam War, and any future draft would require approval from Congress and the president. If a draft were authorized, a random lottery would be held to decide the order in which people are called to serve. Women are not required to register, though they can voluntarily serve in the military. Some men would still be able to seek exemptions by filing as a conscientious objector if he has religious or moral objections. However, the agency in charge has warned that political objections cannot be used as a reason not to serve.
Well, that's good to know. Conscientious objector training is something I undertook back in the day during one of those Iraqi wars. And I need a refresher course to be able to offer those counseling, offer that counseling to those who are interested. But yeah, that's good to know.
I've always had a question, and
I heard an analysis that said it's mostly for show. The logistics needed to carry it out, enforce, and know where everyone lives, since people are always moving around. Well, I guess we'll find out in December, won't we? What'd you start to say, Zen?
I had a question that I'm just curious. Why are we looking at Time magazine or whatever to get this news? Which is not the worst, because I've seen some folks reference Fox News on here, and I'm like, we're talking about getting away from. I'm just curious as to why that happens.
Well, that was what someone else had put a link to. But I mean, for me personally, I use a variety of sources anyway. I'll compare.
I do too, but I don't. I just the major ones I avoid. But I guess sometimes it's good to see what they're saying. But
you wouldn't use them as a source.
I don't at all ever, because then I have to translate it in my brain, and why?
I feel that.
Yeah, it's like I would rather start my day off not being mad, especially when it's like I know, like if I expect something to be nonsense, I'm not going to go back. Okay, it's nonsense. Like it's nonsense. You know it's going to be nonsense. So yeah, and it's like I already know what people around us are watching because I'm always around people. So yeah, I've been in this a long time. I'm at the point now where it's just like, why? So,
well, my position, why not? I mean, if you don't know, you don't know, and if you don't know that you don't need to know, or something to that effect. My point is, I use a variety of sources.
Me too. I do. I use lots of sources. None of them are, But I hear you. I was just, curious. But then again, I'm at a point where most of the time, everything I'm saying is, don't get old people.
Well, Christopher said, I still go to the other news sites to see what their spin is.
Right. Like, I already know what it's going to be. It's like Fox News, you already know what they're going to say. Before something happens.
I don't go to Fox News, but I do go to
they have been linked on this channel, like Fox. I'm like, what? Why? If we are saying, and for me, it's like direct them to direct them to what channels we look at, or what websites we watch, and I hear you.
What if they don't have? What if they're not covering that? Then what?
I'm always seeing stuff. Sometimes I see stuff before it gets covered. So
that's not answering the question.
I have an answer, but here's the thing. At this point, that's what I was about to say. At this point, I'm still fighting, but I think at this right now, me just personally, I don't want to hear what nobody else is saying. It's like I know where I stand. So, but I see the reason, but I'm just like,
not you don't want to hear what nobody else got to say.
No, not anybody on this channel, but in terms of like, okay, what are other people watching?
No, I know what you meant.
I honestly don't know shit.
Tandy was about to George Bush that saying. I think you mean Dick Cheney. The known knowns and the known unknowns. I don't know.
God, I remember that.
Bringing it
back into my brain.
The dude that shot his friend in the face.
No, everyone doesn't have everything, but that's why I have many different news sources, but none of them are like NBC or MS whatever, or yeah. I have lots of news sources. So yeah.
That makes sense.
I was just curious because and also at this point, sometimes it may sound like I am passing on information. A lot of times I'm like on social media, I'm talking to myself. If anybody else wants to learn from me talking to myself, which a lot of people do, but I'm just like right now, I could be talking to myself, and it may sound like I'm asking a question, but now I'm just, like, brain, what do you, yeah. But I know,
Genzy, someone also said you're a Zeta because they're all looking at your background.
Oh, okay. Yes, I am a Zeta. This is not even a new background, but happy Monday.
You mean that blue and white mask over there on the wall behind you?
Right.
Yes, we've been here. We've been here.
That's not in the background.
Yeah, people just gonna be
That's
looking
not in the background though.
Like every month I get, well, I'm not on here a lot, but I am now. But it's like periodically when I'm here, Zenzi Zeta, yes. So what are your recommended sources? Off the top of my head,
what are yours?
In terms of websites, Electronic Intifada, Ground News is my main one. Al Jazeera, I have so many, like, and even I watch the white and black, I haven't found too many besides this channel, and I'm not going to say that we're the only one, but there are some black channels I watch, but I watch a lot of the white leftist channels, even though they annoy the hell out of me because they're not really left wing. They're more progressive, and there are some of them that are starting to kind of be more to the left, but at least they will say, okay, this is what's happening or whatever. And some of them will say, the news is not covering this, or they're not covering it, the correct way or whatever, or they're just, getting whatever script they got that morning. And so, Ground News is pretty good for multiple sources. And, I like, they give people an option. They have like left, right, and center. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm not even looking at the center or right, well, whatever they consider the left. So, that's just me. And that, again, I have zero patience at this point in my life. Like none. So, and like if I see anything that happened on Fox, it's somebody else reporting the nonsense or what they're saying that's a lie. I already know they're lying. So
they definitely be lying a lot.
It's like dating a guy you know is gonna be cheating on you, but you're like, oh God, he cheated on me. He cheated on me again.
Okay, this is supposed to be the Adderall version, not the ADHD version.
Ma'am.
Adderall is used to treat ADHD though.
Breakthrough news, Al Jazeera, Electronic Intifada, Atlanta, what is it? Atlanta Black Star.
The Intercept is another one.
I'll get info from the Guardian.
Oh yeah, Guardian.
I like the Guardian.
Vice used to do something. I don't know what they're doing now.
Who?
Vice used to be.
I have not seen them. I don't even know if are they still a thing around? Because I thought they had closed.
They doing something different. I don't know what the hell.
I'm not even gonna, Yeah. So
what is it? Project stories that weren't covered. Project censored.
Right. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen them in a minute. Hold up, let me go up to there. Sorry.
Yeah, lots of different sites.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lots of different sites out there.
Yeah, but I feel like I really try to prioritize Black media the most.
Yeah, me too. But I'll go there first.
See, here's the thing: Al Jazeera is liberal, though. It's the Fox News of the news that actually covers news. This is why multiple sources are needed. The more you study and talk with people and struggle and work, you can sort out or pick out the pits or eat the fish and leave the bones.
Yeah.
I appreciate Al Jazeera has got coverage that other folks don't have coverage,
right?
Regardless of what their slant may be.
Yeah.
Until
it's like I don't need to have like every story
killed all of their journalists. You know what I'm saying? They were saturated throughout Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else was giving us that information. So
yeah. And I know the information, not the politics. It's just like, okay, if somebody doesn't have the same politics, I'm not going to be sitting there labeling them. I want to see what the news is. I want to see what the information
is. And I feel like that's where your critical thinking skills have to come in. Like I feel like people just want folks to tell them what to think. They don't want to actually like discern it for themselves, which is really the problem. You should be able to discern stuff and take what you need from something versus needing them to tell you the exact thing. That's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
Black Agenda Report, and then Haaretz also.
And it's also like I used to call it back in the day, because there were some people that, my quote would be like, somebody asking someone that they feel is like exactly perfectly political. It's like, hey, what do I think about this? It's too much of that. It's too much of that. And it's, I have zero idols. The people that I idolize, that I know personally, I love them. I respect them. I am not looking to them to be, oh, wow, my thought this morning, oh, God, it's not in alignment. Well, yes, but the thing is, we know about, well, okay, hood communists. I assume we all on this channel know hood communists. Black Agenda Report, I watch, yeah. So again, I have a list of them, and it's Monday morning.
Yeah, I like hood communists a lot. I read them.
But here's the other thing that we keep in mind, because some of these sites, like, I'm not even sure about hood communists, but Black Agenda Report, they're weekly. So, and then you have some sites that are daily.
Right. And some sites that are seriously like hourly. So, and like I said, I haven't listed them. My inbox be full. And right now my inbox is overwhelming so much that sometimes I don't go in there until like nighttime. So yeah. There are enough. And hey, if I have to go to like a major channel, which is rare, because, like I said, a lot of the channels are already watching those channels and telling me what's on those channels without like beating it into my head. It's just like, okay, the left is saying, so I want the information. So I fell into capitalism doom scroll and saw that the USA has many house fires per capita.
Let's pull it up on the screen, please.
Okay. About 1 every 98 seconds. Turns out USA builds houses. Yeah. I don't even doom scroll. I just scroll. It's like, okay. But I will also say that I was, and this is just me telling my story, and I'm talking about 30-something years ago, maybe 20. I was a 24-hour, what's going on? Everyone has to get active, blah, blah, blah. And I burnt myself the fuck out. And I had to walk away. And like my politics didn't change, but it happens. And that's why I say I'm not going back there anymore. I'm just like, you know what? And it took me about a good 10 years to be like, okay, you know what? I can kind of get into movement spaces. And back then there was no social media, and I'm not complaining, because I'm gonna tell you right now, social media is every damn thing that you use to get information, even if it's a can and 2 cans and a string. But at this point, I refuse to get overwhelmed like I did back then. I was annoying as fuck. Okay. I was getting on my own damn nerves. And I didn't know how to talk to people that didn't think the way I thought. And, it's just when I start pissing myself off, I'm like, I need to take a few steps back. And that's what I did. So a lot of times it's just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, they think that. But what I think or what somebody I respect thinks, and even if they do respect it, I'm still not going to take it 100%. I'm going to be like, okay, because I'm not going back there. It's interesting about Twitter, Chinamacha. I got rid of my account. Like, I deleted my account and removed first of all, I'm not a public speaker.
It's something about you reading the comments but not putting them up on the screen so everyone can see.
So, y'all,
you have to do better.
Give me the power and I will use it.
If you just take your mouse and scroll over the comment, it should allow you to.
Does not.
If it doesn't, then I don't know how to fix that for you.
I'll
it pays to be the top dog. I don't know what to say.
Listen, I'm gonna give you that. Okay, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna allow you to do that. Take that responsibility, my sister. I'm down here. I'm a little mouse in the corner. Eventually, what's that commercial? But I'm drinking milk now, and I hate milk. But I'm drinking almond milk now, and pretty soon, yeah. So, but no, I have very on Twitter. That's usually a place I visit daily for what's happening. I can't do that anymore because I got rid. But I can still see if somebody shares a link. I can see it. I do have Threads. I have Blue Sky. I have what's the new one that was created by a Palestinian that I have? Again, okay, right now I barely remember Tanya's name. So I'm forgetful. But yeah, there, like I said, I have a lot of different news sources. Twitter isn't one of mine anymore, just because when Elon bought it, I was like, this is going to be a trash heap. Maybe it's gotten better now. Who knows? If it has, maybe I'll reactivate my account. But my account is gone. Like, there is no Zenspell on Twitter. And plus,
I still have my account because I didn't want to give up my name.
Yeah. Oh no, you have a reason to. All of I'm going to let you know, every single one of my social media accounts is private. So I can't share shit anyway. I can't comment on some people's, posts because I'm private. I have no reason to be public, So if I was, I'd have to be, creating code for bots and shit like that because I can't afford the moderators. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, Chitty Matcha.
I give that to Amber. You are top dog. Okay, you got this.
No, my Leo said, Ridgemont, baby. I'm the hometown hero. Yo, bitch, she a zero. I'm kidding.
Listen, I'm a hometown hero over here in my lane. that's okay. Like.
Okay. So anyway. Yeah.
Can I read David's comment first, Tandy?
Go right ahead.
He said you gotta both stay informed and also gotta meet with your people to inform them about it. I'm convincing my brother that the Dems ain't it. Ooh, that's interesting.
I every single day with everybody I talk to. I talk to people. I often talk to people who don't agree with me. Again, I ain't new to this. When I only talk to people that just believed in stuff that I did, and I was doing shit 24 hours a day, and then cussing out the people that weren't at my level, again, drove me up the fucking wall. Trust me, I talk to people every day. I'm a choice, but yeah. So and yes, you're right. What you say is absolutely amazing. I'm not the one that needs to be taught that, but thank you. So let's see.
Tandy wants to talk about this story.
No,
I know the answer. But
are you feeling any of these news stories other than the obvious one that we're saving for later?
No, they're kind of lame.
Yeah,
I feel like my life is more. I feel like my life is more exciting than these stories are.
Oh, absolutely.
And it ain't even nothing happening in my life for real. That's how boring the story.
Oh gosh, I'll be outside.
I will read this one though. I do think this one is interesting. So I was like, okay, I can read this one. It's a Guardian article. It says DC's highly qualified workers can't find jobs. What is happening? They have the highest unemployment rate in the U.S.
What are the majority of workers in DC who they used to work for?
Now, why would you ask me that?
No, I'm just rhetorical. No, I mean, a lot of DC workers are federal, so
I know. I just didn't like the way you interrupted my story. This is my story. This is my song. Anyways, Alicia Contreras in Tanzania, working as a deputy country representative for Libya for USAID when she received the news that she was fired. The Trump admin has ceased the cooperation agency's operations and terminated most overseas staff. What she didn't expect back then was that after a double major, an MBA, and 17 years of experience as a public servant, she wouldn't be able to find a job back at home. She moved back to the Washington, D.C. area last September and immediately started her job search. She looked for positions in both the public and private sectors, in-person, hybrid, and remote. And she focused her search mostly on the U.S. capital city and its two nearby states, Maryland and Virginia. Because of her family commitments, she has two children, ages 3 and 6. And 6 months later, none of her close to 100 applications have been successful. The job market is pretty bad here. I got a request to do like an AI video interview, but other than that, most of it has been rejections, and I feel like it's saturated. And hers is not an isolated case. I wonder if she's Black. Anyways, hers is not an isolated case. Washington, D.C.'s unemployment rate is now the highest since August 2015, excluding the pandemic, according to the most recent data. More than 300,000 jobs have been cut from the federal government, the region's largest employer, since 2024. And the cuts came after Donald Trump led a purge of federal employees, a move he said was meant to eliminate waste, and a task he assigned to Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. By January, federal public employment had fallen to its lowest level in at least a decade, affecting many other businesses and sectors. And as a result, DC now has the highest unemployment rate in the country at 6.7%, followed by California at 5.5%. And the experts don't believe the situation will improve in the short term. Got any comments, Tandy?
Not a one. Not a one.
I mean, I guess my question is always like, at this point, do they just pivot? Like, is she applying for the same jobs? Zizabel, not you telling these people my fucking business.
Ma'am,
Anyway,
I'm not telling your business. I am summarizing the business that you've told us already. So
yeah, sure. That's what happened.
You know what? That's a good question. And I know that there was a time when I was in super survival mode. I had my own consulting business for a decade. I was doing really, really well. Had just bought a house, and month before my first mortgage payment was due, my biggest client who paid me the most money, and this is, a lesson because I was, a lot younger, and I was like, fuck everybody else, y'all priority. They pretty much folded, and in turn, so did I. And at the time, I was living in Albany, and there's really not any, there is public sector, but the biggest employers in Albany was the state, university system, and, Walmart. And I had, specialized talents in IT that at the time, I'm looking for work, and they're like, okay, great. Do you have any certifications? Certifications being required were relatively new when I started. And I'm like, okay, so I gotta go spend money for certifications, but I already know this shit, so people kept telling me, and I know that it's not always the same case. On the one hand, I had friends, and especially my older relatives, like, just go and get something, just get on the state list. I'm like, it takes 5 years to get a state job from beginning to end on average. And second of all, my friends that were concerned about me being, hireable, and, things were quote unquote a lot better when I started because I just get a job. They were saying, don't ever do that because I was in this specialized position. I took something lower and I can't get back into that position, and, yeah, this is all capitalism, everything like that. But yeah, some people feel like they may not want to do that. Or if you're in a city like DC and you're trying to pivot, everybody else is too. So you're not the only person that is out of work.
Yeah, everybody should get on OnlyFans. Just everybody just start doing.
I am polishing my toenails right now as we speak. Okay, listen. Making some Jello, firming up some Jello and some chocolate pudding, whatever. Okay.
Hey, sex will always sell. I'm not telling y'all what to do.
Always, sex work is work. Okay, so yeah. So it is definitely a thought, but I know I have a friend that has been. She's actually in LA. She's been out of work for 2 years, and she had super qualifications, but she worked for entertainment industry, and sometimes their titles don't really move or translate to other titles, and her job positions according to her title might not. It's a tough thing, and it took me. I got a job in the that was kind of similar to what I was doing for much lower money, significantly. And it took me about a decade to get back to finding a job that would pay me and then catching up with all my bills. So, I feel her. But having an entire sweep of the federal government when every single cafe, restaurant, mall, or whatever, also makes money from those people working because you're shopping in there. and they're losing money too. And, the arenas are losing money because people aren't paying to go to games and stuff like that. It affects everybody, and so that and her story is very, very, I think in some cases it's like, people talk about something and I'm like, okay, you have to live here to understand. I'm in New York. It's a
Sorry, my allergies is my ass. I keep having to mute myself, but I want to read done enough.
What's that about your ass?
My allergies is whooping my ass.
That's like, okay. Gotcha. All right. Go ahead.
But I wanted to ask Tonda if you could pull up the comment you had pulled up. It was done enough comment.
Yeah.
It says the AES is expelling terrorists. Saudi Arabia is arming Somalia against Israel's Somaliland. Kenya allowed armed French troops in, and Ethiopia is supporting the RSF genocide in Sudan. There's a lot of shit going on.
It's a lot of stuff going on. I haven't been able to check everything, and usually I'm scanning stuff for news just for myself and to use on a Monday morning. But because of all the murder that has happened over the last few days, that's where I have been stuck. So I couldn't even tell you other things that are happening other than black women and black children are being murdered or unalived. I guess that's the new term, the social media term, unalived. So I haven't been able to do much of anything except rant and rave on talk shit on my Facebook page.
Listen, that's my therapy. And yeah, we do know that, they're all the same and this is going to happen. But I will say this, speaking for myself, and if anybody else wants to hear the shit I got to say, I seriously doubt that it was going to happen the way it's happening now. Yeah, it was going to eventually happen, all that stuff, but it was not going to happen the way. And we have to acknowledge that.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I'm screenshotting some things. So after the show, I can show y'all why I'm unable to bring up chats. But can you bring up Chinamacha Iopine and then ENYUCHE and Uche?
Okay, yeah. So Chinamacha, can you read her comment?
I opine that sweep was coming regardless of Trump. This is the U.S. Yes, it is, and the U.S. is a cesspool. However,
what sweep?
Sweep of just clearing out federal workers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think, I have a lot of history with DC and I still got family down there. So I think it's difficult to understand how many, I'm not even talking at high levels of the federal government. I'm talking every aspect, secretaries, janitors, everybody to sweep out. It's like how many people work there, number one, at one agency, and then of the division of an agency and a unit of the agency. That's a lot of people that we can't really, well, some people may not be able to conceptualize, or when people think federal job, they're thinking all the higher ups or, the real people making dough money and, we hate them. And so fuck everybody. When an entire city, like in Albany, New York, which I hate with a passion, but my mother still lives there. So, hey, if the state did that, the city would most likely shut down because it's not a city. Like DC has a lot of different industries and, they are affected negatively when people lose their jobs en masse. I think in Albany, the city would shut down because there are more obviously poor people that rely on those jobs to, feed their families. And they're not getting paid anywhere near state jobs in New York State. They have been diminishing, which is how my mother ended up in Albany anyway, because they were shutting down so many state offices in New York City. But my mother had that option. My mother had that option back in the 80s. Right now, I don't think people have the option that they did. So. I kind of I can understand how, the line is everybody is going to do the same. They're all the same. Yeah, it would happen, but,
I mean, I don't disagree. Let me pull up the other comment too. It says, "Good morning. The federal government hires a lot of Black and specifically Black women, and the federal purge had its intended effect."
Exactly.
I agree.
Absolutely. And we all know, well, I know that they're talking, and this is something that's not even new. Qualified means white, pretty much. And they're proving qualified means white because you have heads of departments and fuck the FB industry. But at some point, you kind of assumed that, first of all, you got to be super, super intelligent to spy on Black people the way you do. You can't be going in there looking like Goober and trying to figure out what we doing because we just too smart for that shit. Right now, all I got to do is give the head of the FBI a glass of beer and a Heisman Trophy, and I got him.
He'll do whatever you want.
The head of the Secretary of Defense, yeah, and just give him I have to give him way more because tolerance. He probably needs a gallon of moonshine to get drunk at these points. But yeah, severely people that don't know what the fuck they doing, they're white. Well, Cash ain't really white, but he doesn't yet realize what a pawn he is.
Isn't he a brown man?
No, he's a brown man, but he don't realize what a pawn he is, and he's loyal. That's the thing about Trump. The thing was loyalists. I don't care what you can do because I have qualified people in my first go around, and they were all like, "Yeah, you're wonderful, but I don't really think that this is something you should do." The rest of them like, "Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. What can I do? Okay, more. You want more?" So,
yeah. Old Dirty said, "Black warfare, we got it. Cultural warfare, we got it." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Earl Words said they're coming after everyone, and the ones that they have gotten rid of, yet they've made the working federal environment so hostile that it makes you want to leave. That's very true. I know some folks who are federal workers who have said that, the environment just sucks, so they don't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, I know some people too that I talk to every day, and they say the same thing. And imagine just morale when you walk into a place that you could get the axe any old day. Just
what happened?
You walked in there.
Okay, y'all was I don't know where the hell y'all went.
Did you leave and go get a snack?
No, ma'am. I've been here the whole time.
Amber,
okay. I mean, we're still talking about the story. We were just reading some of the comments people were making about federal workers. We're actually on par. We're on the topic. Do you want to offer any comments?
Undiagnosed and untreated. Okay, so she has the knowledge that she has it. She just has a different version of it. So she gets, she kind of was over in.
Sorry, are you attempting to speak for me
right now? No, I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking at you.
About me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to you about you.
Don't do that. Knock it off. Huh.
Honey's gonna fly to where you are. And he's gonna say,
okay, I'm waiting for you. Come at me. I'll get on a plane, go to LA right now.
Yeah, but she won't get in.
Now,
she won't get in, so it's okay.
Tondi, what you eating?
Oh, you heard me? Sunflower seeds. Shelled. Thank you very much. Good unsalted. So that other comment said, why don't we just discuss the violence? Because it's related to these. I don't know. Well, it's 5:54. We might as well. Because it's going to take at least an hour. So we're going to be on this probably.
Might as well.
It's 8:54, but
I'm just, I don't know, spitting. I ain't spitting just yet. I'm about to spit. I'm about
to turn off.
I'm so tired of people getting them fake teeth put on. But yeah, we should discuss the other story.
So it's always obvious.
I have a very strong hate relationship with people in veneers.
And how do you not know this? Obvious as hell. Like you come in one day looking like this, you come the other day, and I'm blinded by the sun. What's the difference? What happened?
But Tondi, now I want some sunflower seeds, so I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some barbecue sunflower seeds.
I got some right over there. I got some those. I got pistachios. I'm looking at right now. But I love y'all.
I do like the little honey roasted pistachios. It's fine.
I have no tried those because I veered away from like the typical pistachios by accident one day because I saw the price was like dirt cheap and grabbed them. It was like unsalted. Unsalted pistachios are ass, y'all. Oh my god, there is a difference. So
True.
I like honey roasted cashews. The only way I eat peanuts is honey roasted because I've always hated like peanuts. But
Flavor.
for my family in the South, I've come to appreciate boiled peanuts. My sister lives in South Carolina, so apparently that's the thing.
Okay, we don't have to every time something is said, we don't have to go off on a tangent on it, We don't really have to do that.
We do though. I mean,
No, we don't have to. We don't have to.
Y'all finna get into an argument?
Have to.
I'm just the baby. I'm the baby in the middle.
Stop! You heard
Stop
it.
fighting over me. You love each other. No, don't.
We love each other. That's why we fight. No.
We don't have to. I'm just saying.
Well, as soon as the map gets slapped again, I'm gonna run into the kitchen and get it.
Did we slap the map more than once?
We already slapped it once. You only have to do it one time.
This is my first time here.
You don't know. So anyway, I'm looking for this. I don't have it at my fingertips. The before we get into the violence thing, yes, Comrade Kali Akuno is in need of assistance. And no shade, no disrespect. I'm just putting it out here. He does have insurance, but his insurance will not do or will not provide for him what is necessary. Therefore, he is asking for assistance.
And,
somewhere around here, I've got the link that I will be able to put in the chat for folks if they have not seen it already.
Yeah. And, a lot of people that have insurance companies are covering less and less and less and less and less.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the way the federal government is right now, it's like whenever they hear something, it's like, all right, I don't have to do that, then I ain't doing it no more. So you can have insurance and still not be covered.
Right. You can have insurance and still not be covered.
And you can be in a city, a very small town that won't even offer those options for you if you don't have a job. And so tying insurance to work is deliberate, but it's bullshit. But yeah. So I am going to be incognito, but probably on screen after about 4 weeks. I'm having rotator cuff surgery. And fortunately, right now, if I have the surgery before July 1st, I'm covered. I don't know what's going to happen after, the place that I work. Our fiscal year starts July 1st, so that's when we get the new benefits. I have no idea, but I don't think it's going to be good. So everything I need, and honestly, I've been holding off on this shoulder surgery for too damn long anyway. So I'm going to get that done. Should have gotten it done about 3 years ago, but I've been doing like steroid injections and all the stuff. So there's a link.
So the link is in the chat, and it's also on the screen. I'm going to read this real quick. They were seeking $80,000. They have raised $77,500 in just a couple of days.
Yeah.
And that is amazing to me. It's amazing because it's Kali. And this brother has been a part of our movement for decades and has made relationships and done work all over the world, and folks have shown up for him. They are showing up and showing out. So if there are any folks in the chat, folks, supporters of Black Liberation Media, who want to push that last, $2,500 to get him to his goal or push him over his goal. Kali Akuno, co-founder of Cooperation Jackson, lifelong movement builder, is facing a serious and urgent health crisis. He needs immediate access to specialized cardiac care that he simply cannot get in Mississippi. There's our brother. For decades, Kali has shown up for our movements. It's our turn to show up for him. The situation: Kali is currently facing urgent new health challenges. Many of you know he has struggled with significant health issues for years. He has a serious blood clotting disorder and has had 3 heart attacks. I did not know that. Between 2008 and 2011. He now has a blood clot in his left ventricle, a potential ticking time bomb that requires constant monitoring. He is facing chronic heart failure and a significant decline in heart function. Sadly, it's become clear that he cannot get the care he needs in Mississippi and must travel to access the specialized care needed to stabilize his condition and begin recovery. Decisions about next steps are happening now. I'm not going to read the rest of it. I'm going to go up here and press play on this video on the page asking for support. Hold on.
All right, folks, this is Kali Akuno. I'm reaching out to all of you to ask for your help. I'm having some major health challenges, to put it mildly. I'm walking around with the blood clots and some blockages in my heart that are going to require some surgery and ongoing treatment to figure out why this is reoccurring and why it's intensifying. So I'm looking for your help. Any and all donations will be welcome, as I'm going to have to go out of my health insurance coverage to get real health care, which unfortunately I'm not receiving in my home state at present. So I'm looking for your support. And again, any dollar amount, no matter how large or small, would help me in a significant time of need to be able to stay in the fight for long term. I thank you.
I have a question, if anybody can answer. Do you have to wait for like if you're close to the goal or whatever, do you have to wait for all that money to get there before you can collect it?
No, they'll do like daily deposits or weekly deposits. I had to do it for me one time. They did that. I just want to say, Charlie Akuno is still fine.
Okay.
How old is he?
Listen,
Ali
good.
Is married with 2 children. Please,
I don't want that, man. I'm just trying to make sure the people know the series is growing well.
Amber, there is a brother in New York who been like a long time soldier. Tanya, know who I'm talking about. Fine.
Leah said it too. He is exactly
when I was born, but he's fine. Okay.
Y'all act like these elders and revolutionaries don't be looking like everything they've been through. Charlie don't. I'm just trying to point out that the baby he looked like
Amber. Geronimo. Oh my God. Geronimo Pratt.
I'm putting this up here. Can we post his campaign? Meaning, can I copy paste and post it on my socials? Absolutely. That's why I put the link there.
And you know something? Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we have to do this. And I'm really not here, but it annoys me when people have shamed people for posting GoFundMe's or don't you have blah blah. Back in the day, we had rent parties, we had fish fries, we still have fish fries, we still have these things in the Black community that have gotten us to do this. Yeah, it's a damn shame that we have to do a lot of the shit that we have to do, but instead of waiting around hoping that one of these days the system falls and and I don't know if y'all know about blood clots, but they're not dangerous. They're not to be fucked with. And he's sitting up there looking like quote unquote healthy and everything. But you can look that way and a blood clot can take you. They're very dangerous. So
somebody else says,
are we going to address the news in the thumbnail pic?
Oh yes, Drew, but
we can hear you in a sunflower seed bag in the background. But I do just want to, yes, we can address it. I just want to bring up A-Rob's comment because I was wrong. A-Rob said that's Kickstarter. You have to wait for all the money. So it's not
okay. I was wondering. Thank you. And that's unfortunate that because people try to avoid like quote unquote, suspect crowdfunding sites, but you need this because your blood clot is like, getting up, like you don't have the time to be, worrying about that. So I'm happy to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me go look at the thumbnail. Because I didn't look at it quickly. I was too busy starting the show because I was the only one who, shows up on time. And
getting the link for the shows.
I was here. Thank you very much.
Tandy was here.
Then let Tandy tell us about the thumbnail and the reason for it.
It says Rampage.
You want to bring it up again?
How do you see the thumbnail?
I asked her if she wanted to bring it up again. So she was here before we were, and she was on and blah, blah. So I'm like, hey, bring it up.
Ooh. I know you're not acting sassy.
I don't know how you bring it up. So
I don't either.
Oh God. The news in the thumbnail, or the thumbnail was talking about what happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana over the weekend. Oh,
okay.
God.
Do you want to bring up that story?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'll pull it up.
there's that story, which is tied into, and with your boy Roly Poly Martin, But anyway, here's this one.
You call that man roly poly.
That's what somebody called him, Roly Poly Martin. I said, all right, I'm not
Lord.
mad at you. So
I'm waiting for that next one.
this is from WAFB Channel 9 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Father kills 7 of his children plus another child in shooting after domestic dispute, police say. It's actually 8 children is what I have been hearing. Now this was
One of them escaped. One of them jumped off the roof and escaped.
What?
One of them jumped off the roof and escaped.
Here it is. 8 children were killed in a mass shooting that began as a domestic dispute, according to police. Police say 7 siblings and 1 cousin were killed in the shooting. According to the coroner, they've identified the children, their names, and their ages. Officials say the suspect, identified as Shamar Elkins, was shot and died during a pursuit in Bossier Parish, Louisiana. Following the initial shooting, I'm not sure where. Oh, there it is. 2 women were also shot, one of which was Elkins' wife. She is also the mother of some of the children. She was reportedly shot in the face and has undergone surgery but is expected to survive. The condition of the other woman, who may also be the mother of some of the children killed, is also very serious. A 9th child, 13-year-old boy, reportedly jumped off the roof of the home and was able to get away during the shooting. Police say he has some broken bones, but should be okay physically. A 3rd woman is also believed to have escaped from the incident. So, just reading this.
It was 9. It was 9 children. One of the children escaped.
Right. So, but 8 of them did not. Reading this again has pissed me off all over again, and I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to hold it together.
I understand, absolutely.
I don't think I'm going to hold it together.
Okay.
And we don't have to hold it together, you know. We don't have to hold it together.
I was already upset from the other Roland Martin story, and I feel like it's been way too many black men killing kids and killing children and killing their wives. So I don't want to talk about it either, to be real.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the I didn't look at this. I heard about the story and I was like, I'm not ready for this right now. And then it happened to, it was like I was done, I was ready, I was winding down and I saw the picture and I was like, the picture of the man and maybe just 4 of his kids. And I was like, you know what? I'm not ready to look at this. Yeah. And I don't think that we should hold it together if we can't, because in no fucking way this should be normal. We should have, normalize ourselves to not react in this way. And if anybody has
and I just feel like the amount of violence over the last week alone is just way too much.
It is, yeah. And we process it in different ways, and shit, I'm a crier. I ain't just ain't crying right now. And anybody has some shit to say about that, it's my face. But no, you have to deal with the real. We ain't white. So we're not newscasters say this as unemotionally as possible. Fuck that.
So this was over the weekend. As we know, last week, this piece of shit Alpha Phi Alpha member killed his wife and children while the children were in the house. And then Roland Martin, because he's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, was one of the ones out there posting about the piece of shit alpha member and how he could believe and what his nickname was for the dude, and he was a good guy and all this, that, and the other. And he post for whatever reason, but before that post was pulled, Roland was royally dragged, and rightfully so, and continues to be dragged, talked about, and just, you know. So there's that issue that continues to, you know, it's like a snowball effect. It's like everything is just rolling together. There's this, you know, he was this politician, and he was a member of A5A, and we got to talk about Black men's mental health, and so the centering of this piece of shit as opposed to the sister who was killed, the children who are now left orphaned, doing this in the home where they are, not having concern for your own children, right? And him being centered in not the women or the children. And then this other piece of shit in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, taking out children, his own children. You got one piece of shit killing the mother of your children in the house with your children. And then you got another piece of shit killing the children, trying to kill the mothers. And instead of just killing himself and sparing everyone all of this grief, you know, this piece of shit kills these people, but runs from the police. You can kill women and children, but you run from the police. Okay, you carjacked someone, ran from the police, and then end up getting killed. When really, if you had just shot your piece of shit self in the beginning, everything else would have been so much more beautiful and better. But no. You had to be true to the nature of a piece of shit. True to the nature.
That's how they be.
To be a piece of shit. A walking, talking piece of shit. Not excrement, not doo-doo, not boo-boo, fucking shit.
Yep. I have a story, and it's personal and whatever. This was in 1993. No, I think it was 1994. And I had friends of the family, and me and my mother would always go. One of her friends lived in this brownstone in Albany, because they have brownstones there too. And so we used to always go there just for weekends, just to hang out. Everybody hung out at the house, like on the steps or whatever. And her best friend lived upstairs. Her name was Mercedes Lewis. And Mercedes had a sister, Leanne. Leanne had left a physically abusive marriage. Unfortunately, the courts gave them joint custody of their 3-year-old daughter, Diamond. It was right the night of Super Bowl Sunday, and I didn't go that night because I was tired or whatever, because I was working 3 jobs. And so everyone left to go home, and unfortunately, Mercedes and them had to, Mercedes' sister, Leanne, had to take her daughter to hand off to the father. And so Mercedes, Leanne, and Mercedes' brother-in-law, Nathaniel, we call him Skate. So that's how I know him. 3 of them had Diamond in the back seat. They went, and there's a housing project in Albany called IDR Borough, and it's like townhouses in the cul-de-sac, one way in and one way out. They pull in, the husband is there with the shotgun, shoots. When Leanne, comes out, like he's standing there with a shotgun. So I think she went out to talk to him or whatever. I remember, because that's, shot her in the face. Mercedes tried to run away and he shot her in the face. And then Skate tried to intervene, and he got shot in the face too. 3-year-old Diamond witnessed all this. And then later on, police found him walking down the street with the gun, and he, hands the gun to them and says, please kill me, whatever. Okay. And when Skate's mother found out that Skate had been murdered, she had a stroke and she died a week later. So I went to 2 double funerals in 1 week. The last funeral was Skate and his mom. And that was February 14th, And so to go to 2 double funerals of young people in their 30s and Skate's mom, who's elderly, and like big families, and it fucked us all up. It fucked us all up for a very long time. And Mercedes, her man, loved the hell out of her. And it took him a very long time to recover, because he said, he was just like, I always thought, I always would say, Mercedes, I love you because you never know what could happen to me, blah, blah, blah. He never thought it was going to be her. Now, I say this, the news story the next day or whenever, okay? And I remember watching it, Albany's a small town. Most Black people know, whatever. His boss, who I also knew because we used to go to Y together, Rashid, was his boss. They worked in construction, and Rashid is on the camera talking about what a good man he was. Never really bothered anyone. Such a good man, such a good man, such a good man. It hurts me, not worried about, the victims, just he's such a good man. Again, Albany is a small town. Several years later, a friend of mine started dating Rashid, and then they got married. I left Albany. I come back to here. Rashid was a physical abuser and was beating shit out of his wife. So the man that said, "Oh, good man, I feel so bad," I'm like, people be telling themselves all the fucking time. So whenever somebody does that shit, you may not have done it yourself, but there's a potential for you to do that. And people don't talk about men's mental health until shit like this happens. It's like you pulling away the attention from the people that are going and can't do fucking more.
Well, I'm at the point, fuck talking about men's mental health.
Oh, listen.
Do something about this shit.
Stop expecting sisters to do that shit because we're doing our own shit.
Talk. No, we don't need to talk. We need to fucking do something, because Black women have been talking about this for a while, and you motherfuckers, you know who you are, have not been listening. No more talk, fucking do something. I had a conversation. A good brother called me this morning because he was concerned that I had made a comment on Facebook generalizing about Black men. I said, you know what? I don't care. I don't care that folks' feelings are hurt. Yes, all Black men. Yes, I'm generalized. Until you motherfuckers do something about these other motherfuckers who are, to put it simply, out of pocket, I'm blaming all of y'all. You are not going to hide behind the not all Black men. You're not going to know. We're not doing that anymore. We're not going to do that anymore. Do something about this shit. We Black women have been talking about it. And I'm not even going to say we. Black women, I'm going to take myself out of it. Sisters better than me, more down than me, more work in the streets and the trenches than me, have been talking about this for years, and they have been ignored. They have been ridiculed. They've been all that shit. No more talking, goddammit. Go pull up the videos and look at it. Go pull up the videos and listen to them. Now, what's the plan? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Black people, that's what the last poet said. Black people, what y'all gonna do? You gonna keep talking, or you gonna do some shit about, what's that brother say? Black men kill their wives. They kill trans women. They kill gay men. They kill themselves. What y'all gonna do about this shit?
And also the whole not all men thing, which I don't even allow in my discussions. Fuck that. Yes, all men, because you can't tell me that none of y'all, at the rate that shit is, happens, don't know somebody that does shit like this or has a potential to do shit like that. I don't even listen. I'm like, fuck that shit. And also, number one, if anybody's talking about men's circles of need and you're a man, form one. Okay, when men talk about, okay, nobody cares about men's health. Fucking nobody cared about women's health. So what did? We did our own shit. What? We're not. And see, too many of y'all be expecting women to take up y'all's fucking charge. No, because we taking up our charge and yours. It's been mentally and physically exhausting. Listen, if you are a man and you talk about what needs to be done and you ain't doing nothing, I really don't know what to tell you. And it's the only time that you talk about how when men get abused too is when we're talking about our abuse. You're doing that shit to deflect. You don't give a fuck, because if you gave a fuck, you would have already started something without me having to say shit. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't.
There was a comment from Jay I want to read too. It said, men's mental health is a cop-out and an infantilization of people who are seeking therapy and medication. The idea that mental health is the immediate rebuttal is to muddy the waters. Exactly. The real issue here is the patriarchy.
Yep.
A patriarchal society that's built off of violence that tells men to, your response to someone rejecting you or saying no is to kill them. Because in all these situations, the woman was leaving.
Yep.
The lady in Virginia had filed divorce. He had to get out of the house within 2 weeks. This lady who was married to this man with the 7 kids, she had said they had been separated. She had told him that they were getting divorced. It was over. He killed her. The fact that men can't take no for an answer is a cultural issue that y'all have to fix. It ain't on us to fix.
And a lot of women have been in that fact trying to fix that shit. They fucking tired. I ain't doing that shit no more. But they fucking tired.
But look here.
What you gonna say, Tandy?
I said, you niggas need to fix this shit. But look at this comment. Male relatives tell me that men know. And
they do fucking know.
Men too, because too often men. Okay, can I read it?
Go ahead.
Men go from zero to violence. Thank you for making me laugh. So look, men are a threat to other men.
Yeah.
Men are a threat to other men. It's not always that, hey, I don't want to say anything because now I'm telling on myself. Yeah, some of you niggas ain't shit. But the point being, yeah, men are a danger to other men. Y'all have got to figure this shit out and work it out, because we tired. But we are also strapping up and taking gun range classes.
Oh, absolutely the fuck
you
yes.
You need to understand. Y'all black men need to understand that the cast iron skillet and the Glock Millie are on the table. It's on the table. If it's not on the table, that means it ain't in for discussion. The skillet and the Glock is on the table. The Sig Sauer is on the table.
Yet another thing about that story that I just told. Leanne had a 3-year-old daughter that the courts demanded that she have shared custody with that man that physically abused. And yeah, he didn't touch the child, but that child is going to be fucked up for the rest. She grown now. That's another thing. I haven't seen them because it's just too much. It's too much. The kids, Mercedes' children, even though Mark was dad, since those kids were young, and Mercedes was divorced from her husband, since he was a father, he was able to come up here from down south, get those kids, and take them away. So, and also women, we know how to do shit to protect ourselves. This will never be on us. I don't want to fucking hear no more about what women should do. Okay. Don't fucking care. I don't give a shit anymore. Okay. Men need to stop doing this shit.
Also,
exactly.
Also, exactly. It's always when women want to talk about men's abuse against them. Yeah, that whataboutism shit. Yes. Y'all need to dare that whataboutism shit.
Exactly, because
that's the same shit we were saying. Black Lives Matter, and they was like, "But white people get killed too." That's not who the fuck we talking about right now.
And white people need to go.
Black women are being murdered.
Y'all not mad about that? White people go organize about it.
Okay, exactly. If the only time you bring this shit up is when we're talking about the shit we're going through, you don't give a fuck about those men either. Even if you are a man, you don't fucking care. If you know your boy has abused his girlfriend or has abused some girlfriend, and here comes a new girlfriend, and you do not a damn thing about it, you are just as complicit. Y'all fucking know. Men know who those friends are.
Here's the thing. This is my charge, right? For those of you who consider yourselves to be activists, organizers, revolutionary, here's the thing that you need to understand. There are women and children who are in these relationships, these situations, it'll take them sometimes 3, 4, 5 times before they are ready to leave, right? And they'll say, well, I'm not going to get involved in that because she's just going to go back to him or blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. You said that you were revolutionary. You said you were an organizer. You said you were an activist. Are you not getting involved because it's something personal? Or where are your political principles at? It's not about that individual woman. Where do you stand in your principles? Well, they might get mad and turn on me. And you say that you intervene with the police. What might the police do to you if you intervene? But you standing on that square, right? You 10 toes down on that principle. What about this principle? What about that principle? Are you 10 toes down on the principle or not? Yes or no?
There have been many studies, too many damn studies, and too many damn, I got living examples of women who tried to leave. Leanne left her fucking husband. She divorced her fucking husband. Okay? There are men, and that's the most dangerous time. There are women that, there's a channel that I follow, and there's a woman that, posted. She was like, I'm going to post to you. It took me 2 years to leave. I'm posting you the steps that I had to take, that maybe it will kind of help somebody that's trying to do this. It took her. I had to change this. I had to slowly move my shit out. I had to change my route every single day. I had to do this, I had to do that. This man has all my credit cards are in his name, and I'm just a co-signer. All this shit. So people that leave, there are young girls and women who would just said, no, I'm not going to give you my phone number, and are dead now because that man didn't give a fuck. It was about his ego.
Because he was a piece of shit.
Okay, exactly. He's a piece of shit. And somebody made a comment over the weekend. I don't remember what show I was watching. It might have been Saturday. Something about judging somebody by, their level of political whatever, and what theory you have and all that shit. I'm like, do you know how many brothers in the movement had all the perfect lingo and study groups and all that shit, and we're going home and beating their wives? Y'all don't fucking learn. There are enough examples of the shit that you don't fucking do as an organized activist right now. Y'all don't study that shit because y'all too busy trying to sound like the perfect Marxist. Fuck all that. There's enough. They're known ones. Sorry, some of your favorite conscious cousins be doing that shit whether you know it or not.
They sure do.
That's how we fucking know. I'm 58 goddamn years old. I've been in this since I was 18 years old. I know personally somebody, me and Tandy know personally somebody, we ain't gonna mention who she is, but in a certain situation, I went back to DC some years later. What happened to this? Is she's married and blah blah. And nobody has done anything. Brothers haven't him to them. They don't really want to call the police because they don't want to put another black man in jail. So fuck her. Fuck her bruises. Fuck her life. Because you don't want to put another. And he's prominent. Well, he was. He's probably old as shit now. Hopefully dead. And so it's just what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all doing the same shit. You don't want to talk about the personal, but you bring your personal shit into shit that you should be dealing with, with all this shit you got in your brain now. This is why I don't have any fucking patience for that shit. I don't have any fucking patience for people so fucking concerned. There are people that don't have any fucking politics that do way more than people that have the perfect ideology in their brains. I'm so fucking sick of hearing that. And no, I'm not numb, which is why I'm not crying. I'm just shit. I just happen not to be crying. But there have been times where I bawled my ass off. I'm sick of doing that shit. I'm fucking sick of it. And I'm sick of talking to people in these circles and hearing the same fucking shit I heard 30 years ago. Y'all ain't learned shit.
Statistically, it takes upwards of 11 times or incidents for an abused woman to leave the relationship.
And a lot of times she wants to fucking leave. She can't understand why she keeps going back either. So she don't need somebody else to tell her that shit. She don't need somebody else. Oh, you're just gonna keep going back. If you need for folks
to be 10 toes down, we need for folks to be 10 toes down. It don't matter if it's the first time or the 11th time or the 10th time. What are your political principles? What are your political commitments? Are you going to be there for that woman, for those children? because that's who we're talking about. Because the statistics state the majority of these killings, these murders, are of men killing women. Now, we say we revolutionaries, we want a new society. We're not going to be able to get to that. We can't get to the oppressor if we're killing each other. So what are your political commitments? Are you as committed to the dismantling of patriarchy as you are to capitalism and imperialism? Because patriarchy is a system of domination, control, and entitlement, just like imperialism, just like capitalism. So are you for one and not for the other?
Bring up Dre's comment, please.
Who?
Dre without.
Which one? Well, which comment?
Dudes have, oh no, not that one. Where is it? The issue in the grand scheme.
Stop being afraid of men, that one?
No, the issue is in the grand scheme, that one.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You know what? New one.
The issue is in the grand scheme of things. A lot of people don't want to do the thing, whether it be revolutionary or checking men. The one thing is the only way, and has always been, we cheer about it.
Okay, number one. Agreed. Number two.
It was more. We cheer about it in movies all the time. He had two parts of his time.
What?
If you see something that, and I'm not talking about you, Dre, directly, I'm just saying, if you see something needs to be done and you're not doing anything, and if it failed the first time, do that shit a different way or do it again or whatever. We always talk about what we need. Men always talk about men needs, healing circles. Men need form a healing circle. If you get kicked out of that one, form another one. Okay, I was looking for a job. I didn't get a job. I kept looking for another job. I could be in my house like, I can't find a job. I might as well just stay in here.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are starving because of capitalism, and while you're educating people about that shit, get them some fucking food.
I think it's more than just like that. I would say, like, as someone who is an organizer, I see all the time how a lot of people talk about it, but they don't be about it. When there's instances where you actually have to do the thing, they're not gonna actually, like, they don't follow through. Like, the few times I have been arrested was because I was doing basic shit that other people were not willing to do. And then afterwards, they're like, we're just so grateful for you. Da, 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 da. You could have done the same exact thing I was doing. And my biggest concern as an organizer is always, if it was me in a federal prison like Asada, are niggas coming to get me out? And the way that these motherfuckers move nowadays, I don't feel like they would. I think motherfuckers is scary. Beyond just organizing, men in general are scary, and so they immediately move to violence because they don't want to lose the control and power that they have. But also that means that you can't have relationships that are built on control and power. I don't have relationships with men. No. They feel like they're in control and they have some kind of power over me. Yeah, and I think that's a part of us as women making sure that we're speaking up about that. But also the biggest thing is that the men are responding violently. Like, that is the response that we're getting every single time. And the other men aren't saying anything to them because, like someone else said in the chat, they scared too. Get your shaky ass up and do something. I don't care about you being scared too. I really don't. It's really, that's really the only option for you to speak up. And if you aren't going to speak up, then they're going to keep doing the exact same thing they're doing.
And again, like I was in several organizations in my, since I was in my early 20s, and yes, it is always the case. Again, we don't learn shit. It's always the case that you can have an organization of 100 people, and you have 5 people doing all the fucking work, and 10 people sitting around theorizing and reading books and shit like that, when everybody needs to be doing work. Everybody wants to be the spokesperson. Everybody wants to be the next Malcolm. Everybody wants to quote people all the fucking time because they don't have an original thought in their damn heads when shit needs to be done. Okay? And number one, it's always mostly women in the organization doing most of the work. And again, 5 people in an organization of like 100 or 1,000. We have not learned. Or we get enamored by that one person, can really, really explain to us, and it's so wonderful. Stop worshiping the spokesperson of a movement. We still fucking doing that. Even if the person may not be very well known except outside their, city or whatever, stop fucking doing that. Like, I'm not talking out my ass. I've seen this shit so many fucking times. And again, I had to bounce for a minute because it was driving me up the fucking wall. So many things. And I'm like, even before We came around. Even before they came around, there's always examples of what happened. We keeps doing the same fucking shit. I don't want to hear about what men need from another man. At this point, I do not. And I'm going to go way off on a tangent. Amber, the way you think, and I like me, Amber don't know. I'm with her on dating and shit like that. It's like, anyway, until they commit to or marry you or whatever you want, until you get what you want, date them all. Okay. And that makes people uncomfortable. That's why people don't want to hear Amber telling these stories, because it makes men uncomfortable and it makes women who follow the patriarchy uncomfortable, because she does what she wants with whoever she wants, and y'all don't want to fucking hear that shit, because you got to admit, number one, it makes you uncomfortable. Number two, it's a whole lot of prudes in the movement. Always been a whole lot of prudes in the movement. And Amber don't give a fuck, and neither do I. I just don't. And fucking, I had to leave Brooklyn, so my life ain't the way it used to be. But that's why it makes y'all uncomfortable, and y'all need to sit with that shit for a while.
There's so much that need to be said.
I'm like, y'all just fucking scared. So anyway, yeah.
So look, here's another thing for you motherfuckers to chew on. Oh man, did you see Remix? They was up there bashing me, and you know what? Y'all,
no, I don't give a shit by now.
Hold on. Just can I talk? I'm about to put Zen on ass on mute. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
I have to.
So look, you got to mute her ass because she can't mute herself. So look, here's the thing. As per usual, niggas worried about the wrong shit. Y'all bash. Oh, now she done packed her marbles up and left.
I said I'm getting the beverage. Leave me alone.
Y'all worried about the wrong shit. Oh, the image of the black man. Oh, what's the narrative gonna be? Fuck all of that. Stop killing black women. That is the only thing you need to be concerned about. Not how white folks gonna view us, not how other quote unquote races are gonna view us. Fuck all of that shit. Stop killing black women. What you gonna do to stop killing black women and children? How are you going to intervene and stop this shit? How are you going to stand 10 toes down on your political principle? That is the only thing that you need to be concerned with. Not your image, not what somebody, fuck all of that. Not the narrative and not the image, not the generalizations. What are you going to do? This brother in Detroit, Michigan, I so appreciate him, even though I'm scared of him. What's the brother's name? I don't forgot his name. Brother Jason with the Cave of Adullam that does the rites of passage, teaching young boys how to manage their emotions using martial arts. I think that's a wonderful thing that he's doing. But this brother is a Christian. I'm talking about an OG Christian, talking about Yeshua and using Hebrew terms, all right? That's a problem for me.
Oh, he a hotel.
As a black woman. No, he's not a hotel. He beyond. It's not even, yeah. And he ain't a black Hebrew Israel. He ain't one of the purple brothers out there on the corner yelling at people. But he is in his Bible. And that's dangerous for me as an African woman, because that type of Christianity hates me. Just like there's a type of Islam that hates me, a type of Judaism that hates me. Yes, the bearded dude with the white beard, the bald-headed brother with the white beard. I think he's doing good work in terms of teaching them to manage their emotions, but it's biblically based. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. So then what's the answer to that? Somebody else step up and help these brothers, young and old, manage their emotions, but not from a source that hates black women. Okay. That's what we need. The bottom line is we need for some brothers to step up and deal with these brothers. Mm-hmm. Whether you scared or not, deal with these goddamn brothers.
I have a friend that we went to junior high together. He's a couple of years younger than me. And this is like about maybe 10 years ago, sent me a DM and said, I don't remember all the words, but he was just like, I just want to thank you for the things that you post up here, because I was that dude. Like, I fucking hated women and I couldn't stand them. And, I didn't really want to even accept the stuff that you were writing and talking about, but I kept listening, and I just want to thank you. And like, this is one of my biggest cheerleaders, and I just somebody I know personally, and you can tell how somebody has grown, and everybody still continues to have work to do. And I appreciated that so much. And then it was, ironically, I think 5 years later, his younger brother sent me the same DM. I actually went to high school with his younger brother, who actually passed away last year. And that really, hurt me. But I'm going to keep talking. And first of all, like I said, somebody could have learned something from me. I'm talking to myself. So I ain't trying to like motivate people. I am, but I'm really not. Because people can tell when you're trying to preach to them. And don't fucking preach to me. So I just talk to myself about what I believe and what I feel or whatever. But this brother eventually, he told me it took him some years, and he was just like, I just want to thank you, because I didn't want to hear it first. It made me uncomfortable, but yeah, Jason Wilson is the brother that we were talking about. And yeah, everything's Handy said, but he is doing shit, and he teaches martial arts, and he has videos about how, like, a little boy was like about to cry, like sucked it in, and he was just like, kind of talking him, it's okay to cry, like, my boy Eric Roberson, who is a lot of people know him, a lot of people don't know him. He's an independent R&B musician, is amazing and everything like that. One of his best friends died, who was also in the industry, and he happened to be, that was last year, and he was on Tamron's show a few months ago, and he was just like, I'm telling you, I'm teaching my kids it's okay to cry. I cried on the way here this morning because he had seen a sign that happened to have his friend's name on it, and he's like, yeah, grown men that are able to not suck it in when they really want to just let that shit out, because a lot of times that's just gonna come out anyway, and it may come out against you, a woman, or somebody or somebody you don't know. So yeah, anybody wants to get in my ass and like, I'm bashing men or whatever, fuck that, and fuck y'all. I don't give a shit. I fucking don't care at all at this point in my life. No. Okay, I lost 2 friends that night, and me and Skate had like this little flirtation. Nothing ever happened. We just had this little flirtation. We were so cool. We were so comfortable. These are people, I go to their house, Skate will come by and see his brother Mark and everything. We just sitting around chilling. And that shit was disrupted because we still got together, but we got together to heal from that bullshit. And that took a long ass fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the dude right there. And that's the scene I'm talking about.
There's a documentary that was co-produced by Lawrence Fishburne called The Cave of Adullam. It's 94 minutes. It had been available on ESPN, but it was behind some kind of...
You got to pay for that. And
I don't know how that thing works. But yeah, look for that film if you can find the actual 94-minute film. If you can find it, you should check it out. Other than that, he's on social media. They do have clips of the work that he's doing. But again, he's coming from a particular area. And that's...
Somebody, please put John John's comment.
Who?
John John. JOHNJAWN. I assume he's from Philly. What do I know?
You put that link down there. That's going to be in the Tribeca Film Festival this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I might have to brave the crowds because I cannot see them.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I gotta go take some Zyrtec. I'm sorry. My allergies are really killing me.
That's why I put up John 92s.
It is 6:44, 9:44. We almost there. There.
Amber, we make the show go by faster. She don't want to admit that, but she likes the shit. Please put his comment up.
She does.
What are you talking about?
John 92. I said that 11 times.
Say it 11 more. Damn it.
Oh.
I'm used to her ass.
Ooh, what? The Bible oppresses too?
No, this isn't the space.
I just feel like y'all shouldn't argue like this in front of the baby.
The Quran oppresses, shroud, whatever fuck.
What isn't a space where that's going to happen? People just got to be.
I hope you're talking about this space because it does happen in this space on this channel. It has happened many a time. What? Go ahead.
Well, you said put the comment up. I put it up.
Oh,
right.
Things to say. Talking about how we shouldn't be focused on black men. Blah blah blah. It's y'all may not want to focus on black men. While I'm up here, I'm gonna talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. How I talk about it. When I talk about it. And if y'all feel that less of a revolutionary, less of whatever, so be it. Y'all think whatever you want to. It does not change what I got to say. I've just, I had to have a thick skin because people think I'm short. I'm 5'2". That's average.
What are you rambling on about? What are you rambling about?
I'm average height. I'm used to people down.
She said,
I can barely breathe over here. I'm dying, and y'all just going back and forth.
No, I'm saying I've had enough practice of people trying to shout me down because they don't want to hear what I say. And since I had a whole lifetime of that, I'm good at it right now. So
the
A will for sure. DHD when it's Monday. Hallelujah. Okay.
Yeah, that shit is rough.
Tiny got it too, but she just has a different version.
Hang in there. Ooh, you look like you about to fall.
Nose is itching.
Do you take anything for it, Amber?
I'm gonna take the medicine.
Okay.
It's itching inside.
Yeah, I had to really double down, just take the damn medication because right now I have coughing fits that wake me up in the middle of the night.
I'm saying men got to be uncomfortable and listen sometimes. We want a place to place our feelings right now. It isn't, and men got to deal with it. Absolutely, they got to deal with it.
Y'all need to listen all the damn time, but yeah, you're right. You ain't wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you didn't get uncomfortable. So be it. Maybe I'm talking about you. Maybe not.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's all I got. I had to get it out there.
No, you're right though.
The image, the centering of pieces of shit, as opposed to their victims. The pivot to mental health, as opposed to the issue of patriarchy and entitlement.
And we point to people like, Roland S. Martin because he doesn't follow our politics or whatever. He ain't the only one doing it. He just happens to be doing it in front of national camera or whatever. But everybody needs to be called out on that bullshit. Like, I don't give a fuck who that's your best friend. I don't give a fuck if you know him. I don't give a fuck if, y'all in the same organization. This is about something that's so fucking harmful because y'all refuse to deal with this shit. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about how many revolutionary African-centered activists don't really necessarily want to fight the white men because it's the right thing. It's like some of them want to take their place. I didn't get a chance to be a leader. I didn't get a chance to oppress women. I want to have that opportunity.
Yeah, they don't want to be free. They just want to be the ones on top.
Exactly.
That's the one.
A lot of folks like that.
They're afraid that we're going to do to them what they've been doing to us, which talks about your thinking. If it's just like white people are afraid that we're going to do the same shit. Now I'm telling them right now, if I could, I would. That's something different. But now the women that have been loving black men to their own fucking detriment, and you say some bullshit like that, I think you might be.
The other thing that we do, and I understand, we've been up under white folks for a long time. I get it. But the other thing that we do is we rush to this either or comparison. Well, you saying patriarchy is bad. Matriarchy might not be. And anybody said you rush towards matriarchy. We said stop fucking killing us. That's what we said.
So y'all be studying ways to deflect the conversation instead of facing the conversation. I think that's how podcast bros happen and shit.
Man, listen.
I'm like this. I hate this fucking terror. But terrorists for podcast equipment should be like triple.
I do not know his name. I don't want to know his name. I don't remember the channel. I don't want to because I'm not going to give him anything. But I came across a Negro the other day when people be doing those memes and jokes talking about the CIA is passing out podcast equipment in the hood. That's who I saw who they were talking about. I saw him the other day on YouTube. I saw him. He's there. He exists.
I probably have in my time online too. I've seen quite a few of them, but yeah, there's some of them just louder than the others. I'm like, oh,
yeah, they out there. They are out there.
There's always the one that we focus on that everybody knows about. There's some small people that have a huge following we ain't never heard of. They're doing that shit too, and they affecting people just as much because people want to listen. People want to be coddled about their abusive ass behavior. Oh man, she's a bitch. You said something,
in revolutionary organizations and formations. We have no space for that. So that's my ending message with 6:51 on my end, 9 minutes left. Stand 10 toes down on your principles.
That part.
10 toes down.
Sometimes I use people when I really can, but I'm training myself out of that.
She's just going to go back to him. That ain't your problem. Intervene when you see the need to intervene. Don't worry about what she's going to do later.
Or when she knows there are people in her army that will stand 10 toes down for her, she might leave faster and stay away. But her leaving, especially if, this is the one thing that I talk about a lot, how another way our culture has been decimated is that we no longer have multi-generational homes. We, or even like I lived in a multi-generational 2 blocks and shit. And we don't have the community that we had before because people can't afford to live in the same city. You can't afford to, be in the same house or whatever. And so we've been forced to be like, kind of not having that tribe or that army that I'm going to tell you, my mother had when I was 13, and she woke me up out of nowhere. It was summer. It was like July or August. I'm 13. She wakes me up. She's like, get a shopping bag, put up whatever you can in it. I'm like, okay. And I'm groggy, like, what the happened? And I'm thinking everything's fine because I don't know any better or whatever. Her boyfriend at the time, she was like, yeah, Roy put a gun to my head and told me that if I leave him, he's going to kill me. So my mother waited for him waited for him to go play softball or whatever. We got the fuck out. We left our shit there. And our family went and got that shit. All the men in my family, we went to my godmother's that my mother has known since high school. We stayed at her house in Mount Vernon. I was sent to Queens to spend the summer, probably because my mother is one who doesn't ever want to like show, vulnerability in front of me. Probably because if she starts crying, I'm gonna start punching. But anyway, so yeah, if you know that people on your side, if you know that no matter what, I don't like you being with this dude, but when you're ready, all of us are there for you. We don't always have that. Just because, okay, this person had to move to Virginia because her job is not even available anymore, her industry, and they're not paying, but they pay more, or whatever it is. And we're taught, you don't need nobody, you just need you. But we were never those people. So it's like, I fortunately have not dealt with that. My mother hasn't had to deal with that anymore. But if I ever do, trust me, I got people that will pull up.
Sisters need to make a plan to get away. If you are in an abusive situation or you know someone that's in that type of situation, encourage them to make a plan to get away. And point number 1 of that plan, do not tell that motherfucker you leaving.
Yep.
Do not tell them you are leaving. You simply leave. So yeah, that's part of the plan.
Left. And like I said, fortunately, she had men that went to the apartment, got her shit. We never saw that man ever.
You know what Maya Angelou said? Maya Angelou said she was raped. I think that's in I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. She told the men of her family, They went and took, dude, was it 3 of them took them into the woods, 2 of them come out?
Mm-hmm.
5 go in the woods, 4 come out. She said that's why she stopped speaking, because she thought her uttering his name is what caused his death. It kind of did, but that's okay, Little Barrel. You didn't know she was a little girl. Hey, I mean, Bell Hooks talked about the patriarchy of the men in the family. In some instances, like that right there, Maya Angelou's menfolk, they did the right thing. Mm-hmm. They did the right. I wish we knew their names so we can enshrine them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And talk to elders. If you have elders in your family. My great-great-grandmother obviously ain't here no more. She passed when I was 7. My great-grandmother passed when I was 16. There is a story that continues to be told, and it was told to me about how my great-grandmother, when she was married to an abusive man, and she lived in the house with her mother and my great-grandmother for life, and then they had separate houses right next to each other. And so one night he's out all night, and he comes home drunk. And I guess my great-grandmother was going to let him in. My great-great-grandmother was like, "Nah, fuck that. You got to sleep in the car." Now, I don't know how somebody gets pneumonia overnight and dies the next morning, but that's what was told. There are many stories that are told by women who didn't really have an option to leave back in the 50s and 40s and shit like that. And it was like this thing about the rose garden. He left, but all of a sudden the rose garden is looking lovely because something happened to that dude and he's buried in a rose garden or whatever. Or this woman was like, "Yeah, I'm going to make you a really lovely breakfast." He had a heart attack, and this was before autopsy and shit. He had a heart attack. I don't know what happened to him. There always have been ways for us to survive this. Fuck that. Don't do this shit no more. I don't want to hear about how women need to do self-defense. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Trust me. Even in a city where gun laws are illegal, if I'm not carrying a gun, I'm carrying something that can take you the fuck out. That's legal for me to carry. Even if it's Lysol and a little perfume bottle and shit. Whatever it is. I don't want to hear any more about what women should be doing. Because we're already doing that shit. Y'all should stop. Teach your boys and teach your men. Stop putting your hands on women. Leave them the fuck alone. If she don't know you, and all she's trying to do is get home from a long day at work or a long day at school or whatever the fuck, leave her the fuck alone. She don't want to talk to you.
Period.
I saw a video. There was this man. It's a man and a woman and the teacher in the class, and he's doing a skit. At first, it didn't look like a skit. It was like, "Yo, can I get a hug?" No, I can't just have a hug. No.
Yeah, that was the one boy.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, when he was teaching the little boys.
Yeah.
And he's not talking at them. He's like, "Okay, so what is that?" And he had the kids answer to see if the kids are listening, and they have been listening. You don't just stand there to them.
Shout out. I mean, we don't. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't know who Jason Wilson is.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brothers. There are some brothers out there. Shout out to the brothers who are taking Frederick Douglass's maxim to heart. It's easier to build up the child than it is to build a broken man, something to that effect. But it's a lot of broken men out here that are causing damage, serious damage in our community, and they have to be dealt with. If they're not going to be healed, they've got to be fucking dealt with.
Mm-hmm. And don't take anything else about Frederick Douglass's personal life seriously because he left his wife for that white chick. But anyway,
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that right now. We're eating the fish and leaving the bones. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But yeah,
Josh. Well, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, Josh. If that's your real name, that's what I'm calling him from now. That's the real name.
The session of the man teaching the boys consent. The link is in the chat. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's 6:59. Amber can't breathe. Amber wants to breathe. Don't die on us, Amber. Don't go. No.
It was just itching. Y'all are so dramatic.
You're the baby. We're trying to look out for you.
I know. I appreciate it. I'm just an infant.
All right, let's get out of here. Let these people go and have their day since I'm woke and shit.
Not since I'm woke and shit.
I
just want to say, great cussing today, Tondi. You made me so proud.
Man.
What, she ain't been cussing? because I'm here. I make her cuss. Yay! You're welcome.
Don't be proud of that, Zen.
No.
I ain't saying it was in a good way. I'm just saying.
Don't be
Paul
proud.
said, take care, Amber. Much love. Thanks, y'all. I'm okay. I just don't deal well with allergies. And someone done knows I need a bubble.
Y'all need to donate to Amber's Allergy Fund. Hit that super chat. Hit that super chat.
Super chat immediately.
And you know what, Amber, is it hot now? Where you are? Is it hot where you are right now?
Yeah, it's hot, but there's a lot of pollen. The pollen is very, very thick.
Listen, we have pollen here. It's just cold and pollen, you know.
Yeah.
At this point,
I'm in LA and I have no pollen. Thank you very much.
I love it for you. The South is another story.
I ain't got no pollen.
Okay,
at any rate, support the channel, y'all. Black Liberation Media. Support us.
Hit the like button. I have to say that all day.
Hit the like, subscribe.
Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you get a notification when we're going live, so you can tune in to the show.
And next week, I'm saying we should have a goal of at least $20. At least. Let's start small. Because we had nothing for the channel. So
yeah, I see we had 145 viewers. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you want to drop a few 10s and 20s and super chats, that'd be great.
And just because you wasn't watching live, don't mean you can't donate.
That part too. I always
exactly. Whenever you're watching this, you should donate. Yeah. You should hear us and be like, "Oh, Amber needs me. Let me come to her rescue."
Because you don't necessarily have to hear us on screen thank you. We might thank you the next show. Hey, we got.
Oh, speaking of Matt Clubbin, I don't know where he at, but Matt Clubbin always supports root work. Appreciate that. Got a pre-recorded root work for y'all. Damn, I'm hoarse because I've been calling people pieces of shit all morning. Got a pre-recorded root work for y'all.
Yes.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
I got a horse. A little bit of horse.
Yeah. Please don't forget to like, share, donate. Talk to people about the show that ain't been watching the show. Have you considered allergy immunotherapy? I haven't heard of that. Oh, the shots. Oh, I think I did hear something about, but I don't know too much. Like, I don't have bad allergies like Amber does, but during the times I do, they're bad.
Amber, get us out of here before Zen go on another tangent.
She about to. Before we dip off, Brittany sent us $19.99. Important message today, ladies. Thank you. Anytime, Brittany. Thank you for supporting us. And then Emmanuel, I have not considered that. I don't have allergies bad enough for a shot. So I'm just dramatic. I don't know if it's coming across.
Drama queen.
I love it.
That is so mean.
Somebody gonna say something.
All right, bye guys.
Black Liberation Media is a collective of Black and African organizers, journalists, academics, and media personalities serving Black and African masses seeking to further grow in their understanding of themselves, their histories, and the African world through entertainment and news. Please continue to like, subscribe, and donate to the channel so we can further serve you and liberate our people. You can also go to blkliberationmedia.org, get some merchandise, and also become a Patreon member and a member from the YouTube. Please do what you can, share, and show your love as we will show ours for you. Black Liberation Media.